Hi, today I want to show you a little bit more about the Schoology assessment feature that's been newly added. So I'm going to go into my materials and I'm actually going to just click into my course documents so that whatever I create will be dropped into this folder. And I'm going to press that Add Materials button. Now, you'll notice that there are two icons here that are puzzle pieces. This green puzzle piece with the pencil on it that says Add Test Quiz. This is the test quiz feature in Schoology that has been here all along. And this one is going to be phased out. We don't have the exact dates on that, but they're replacing it with this new assessment tool, which is this blue puzzle piece. So if you are, if you are just now getting involved with using the online assessment features, you definitely want to start here with the new Add Assessment. And for those of you who've been using this all along, I would still encourage you to try out the new assessment tools so that you can see all of the new features that have been added. So I actually already created one, a Beatlemania test. So we're going to click on that because I thought it would be a great way to show you how it works. And as the teacher, it drops me into the student attempts window where I can see all of my students who've taken it, how many times they've taken it, or if it's in progress, the last time that they tried to attempt the test, and how much time it took them. Those are some great statistics to help us with our students. But let's start at the beginning. So I am going to look at some of the settings here, just take a quick minute to take you through them and some highlights. This is where you would place instructions that would be global for the entire assessment. You can set time limits. I have none, but you can. And you can make sure that the questions come to the students in a random order if that would make sense in your particular context. Students can also eliminate answer choices, which is great. If you're teaching them test strategies, they can actually click on an answer choice that they know is wrong. There's some math features here where they can have a calculator, a ruler, and a protractor. And then there are some additional settings here. Can they look at the results after? So in other words, can they see what they got right or wrong, or can they even see what they got right and wrong and with the correct answers? How many times can they do it? The max is 20, the minimum is 1. And you can even set how the final grade is determined, whether it's by the highest score or the most recent or the last attempt. And this always brings me to the point where with these assessment tools, which I think you're going to be impressed by, you can think bigger than a test. You can create an activity, let the students take it 20 times, and let them kind of work with material in fun ways. So now that we've looked at the assessment settings, I'm going to look at the questions. Now, like I said, I already created some. I thought it would be interesting to just show you how the questions look and what the interface would look like. So there's a lot of question types here. And in fact, my window doesn't show them all, but it goes to multiple choice all the way down to this chart. So let's just take a quick second to look at that. Okay, so I have an ordering question, so I'm going to alphabetize the Beatles, and I can preview and I can just drag and drop them into the correct order. And ooh, look, I'm already getting 100%. So that's kind of ordering, and you can really edit these questions to have a lot of different information in there. I have labeling, so I can look at, this is what the question setup is. I could have had some more, intricate information there. I found an image, and then I put my labels on here, and then the students simply drag and drop to show what they know. And you can continue to add more options if you wanted to. So that's a great question type. There's the number line question type, which it doesn't have to be a number line. I made it a timeline so that this could be again, another drag and drop situation where the students would identify, where in the timeline a certain event happened, or it could be a number line for a math question, just depends. You can put text box in, which is what I did here, a text box, and then I actually linked it to an article. So I'm asking my students to read an article and then answer two multiple choice questions. Two questions. One of them is multiple choice. The other is a fill in the blank. based on that article. So there's a lot of options here. As you can see, I could go on and on. One other thing I thought was worth sharing here, the math short answer. When you are typing in here, if you click the sum figure there, it actually gives you this keyboard where you can input math formulas as well. So there are a lot of features. This is very robust, something I think could be really useful. Again, it can be more than just a test. It could be an activity. So really think kind of how it might fit into your curriculum. And I also want to show you one kind of I would call it icing on the cake. So in the old test quiz, there was no way to set like a time when a test would start or end, but this one allows this. So in the cogwheel there, when you hit edit, once your test is enabled, you actually have the ability to set a window of time. So you could make your activity and know that you want it to be available, for 24 hours, and you want it to start on a certain day from, one time to another and end on a certain day. Or you can just set the ending date. So that's a really great feature that this new assessment tool has for us. So one final note here, and you may want to pause in a moment. Joanna has a tester course, and she has a great assessment where you can practice as if you were a student and take all different kinds of questions, more so than my Beatles Mania. So if you want to see what it looks like from a student's perspective, go ahead and join this course. So you may want to pause and write that down. And to join a course, you would just click courses, join, and you would put in that code. And if you want to join my course, this tester course, and take my Beatlemania test, which does not have as many questions, you would do the same thing. This is the code to join mine. Okay, I hope you find this to be helpful. Let us know if you have any questions. Have a great day, everyone.